Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to new members of our community. My name is Yasa. I'm very happy to see you. I'm a violinist and I moved from Saint Petersburg, Russia to United States, Florida 10 years ago all by myself. I started this channel during pandemic because I desperately wanted for us to connect, and I'm talking here about my country of birth, Russia. I'm talking about country where I live now, United States. I'm a musician, so I'm sharing with you joys and challenges of musician's life. And I'm also sharing with you my life experience and anything that could be interesting, helpful, and useful to you. Today, I wanted to talk about the topic that comes up in our minds constantly, specifically during this time: what to do if you're sad. And this is a topic that I've been dealing with my entire life, because can you imagine how sad you get sometimes if you move countries, if you leave behind your entire heritage, your family, your friends, everything you knew in life, and moving to a new environment without knowing a single soul. When I moved to the United States, I didn't know one single person. I came as a student, I came to study, and the teacher I applied to study with, I didn't know much about him. I just knew that he's a great violinist, and that's all. That was the main reason I came, and it so happened that I stayed, but I never planned on it, and I never meant for me to be world away from my family, which I'm very close to. So that topic, that feeling of sadness and nostalgia, and maybe sometimes in depression, was very, very familiar to me, and is very familiar to me, specifically with this pandemic happening and dividing us. And my biggest cure for myself was to reach out to a friend, right? Usually reach out to a friend and just get yourself out of the house, just go to Starbucks, get a coffee, just to be out and have a change atmosphere, and maybe it will lift up your mood. Get yourself a coffee and just sit for a moment in Barnes Noble and read, just look at the book, read a little bit there, and it's a great cure for melancholy. Meet up with a friend, catch up on something. Right now, this is something that we cannot do, right? If you are like me and careful about pandemic, you don't want to just expose yourself to more chances getting sick. So you're gonna think twice, 4 times, 5 times before seeing a friend, just because it's an extra unnecessary exposure, and you can always meet in masks, so that's possible, but not everyone is willing to do that. And this cure of just reaching out to a friend and going out kind of getting more and more difficult during this time. Although you still can call, right? You still can FaceTime. I know it's not exactly the same as seeing someone, but this is one of the ways to deal with that. Just when you feel overwhelmingly lonely, reach out to someone, just call someone, and be open about how you feel. You don't have to start crying right away. You can when your friend asking you, and how are you, you can honestly say, well, I've been a bit down lately, and just talk about everything you feel and going through. And good friend is willing to listen and willing to help. Well, this is one thing. And then since pandemic, I started just getting outside. Since I cannot really go out much, I started just getting outside in the nature. right? Just go outside and have a walk and put a happy music on in your earphones and just walk for an hour, more, however long it takes for you to just for your body to get active. And physical activity plus being outside, regardless the climate you live in. If it's snowy, well, okay, dress up warm and go out in the snow and just make those snowballs. I don't know, enjoy the snowfalls. It's a gift, whatever nature you are surrounded with. Enjoy it. If it's a sunny weather, oh my goodness, you're so blessed. Get out in the sun and just walk. If it's too hot, oh well, go out at night. Make it work. Just get out every day out of the house and walk at least for an hour. I truly believe that physical activity, specifically walking, because it has so little side effects. With running, you can hurt yourself. With exercising extremely, you can strain your muscles. But with walking, it's very little side effects and only pluses. Being out in the nature, I don't really recommend you to do those treadmills, right? When you walk at home, I feel like it's a waste of money and also not enough benefits, because if you just get out in the open, you can walk for free and you can breathe fresh air. You can probably see people and say hi, just also to belong to a bigger world, just to see that you're not alone, and listen to something nice and uplifting. And nice uplifting music also does a lot of good. The biggest change in your mind that you have to make to overcome depression, or those momentary melancholy that we all exposed to sometimes, is just to change your mindset in general. I'm not an optimist. I don't think so, at any rate. What I do and what I think is the best cure for depression, to make a conscious decision every day to be an optimist. So by nature, I'm not an optimist at all. I'm a strong-willed person. That I am. And I'm, by the willpower, I'm making a conscious decision every day to be an optimist. So you see the difference, right? Natural optimism and making a decision to be. So just looking for something good in everything, basically. But consciously, just make it a habit. And it's going to be very hard at first, because, if you're depressed, everything sucks. Everything, not worth living for. And life just a torture and pointless experience. But if you look for something good in every little thing, start with something really small, like put on perfume, and your favorite perfume, and you really enjoy the smell. Isn't it already a blessing? Start with something simple. I'm not such a big fan of finding comfort in food, because you can get food, it's also a way to numb your feelings and self-medicate. Some people go to alcohol, to drugs. Some people go to food, like me. So I wouldn't really recommend you to eat something nice to feel better. But if you do that, at least go for something healthy, like a fruit, or yogurt, some less addicting and less fattening, less calorie kind of deal. So, at least you don't get addicted to bad food, comfort food. That is not something I would recommend you to do. Dancing, if you like dancing at least a little bit, put on a good music and start dancing. And again, physical activity really helps. Look for something good. Read inspirational quotes. Start writing every day. Important is to make a habit out of it. 5 or 3 things or one thing good that happened to you today. Think of something you're grateful for. If your parents are still alive, that is something to be tremendously grateful for, because at some point of your life, they're not going to be alive. And, this major gratitude gratitude point will be taken out of your life. So this is something already to be grateful for. If you're more or less healthy if you have both legs, both arms, this is a huge, huge grateful point in your writing. So just think of simple stuff. And I'm sure as you practice, but you have to do it every day. This is something that comes with consistency. If you do it every day, I'm sure it will be easier and easier for you to find something to be grateful for your musical talent, for your Spanish teacher who gives you free lessons every week, for your YouTube experience when you're able to share with the world your feelings and your thoughts, and maybe helping someone for a difficult time, for your friends who there, even if they're not there physically and every day, you know that they're there and they're sending you good positive vibes and they're thinking of you. So little things like that. And it's important to realize that being positive and finding those things to be grateful for in life, it's a conscious decision that we make every day. This is a heroic act, despite pandemic, despite death and sickness, and poverty and hunger, despite all those terrible realities of life. It's a heroic act that we're making every day to be positive, to keep sharing joy, to keep smiling, to keep encouraging other people, helping others. If you're down, think who you can help at the moment, because there is always someone less fortunate who needs your help and who needs your at least friendly word or smiling face. Think who needs your help right now, who you can help at any level. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about something that you can give them much more precious, your time. So this is my thoughts on topics of being sad and being depressed. And just to conclude, reach out to a friend, at least call, get out in the nature, get physically active, walk in the nature, the best thing to do, being outside and physically active, and make a conscious decision to find things you're grateful for and conscious decision to be positive. Just know that it's not forever, that feeling, and it will pass, because everything shall pass, right? And good times will pass, unfortunately, but bad times will pass too. And we're gonna be strong, and we're gonna keep knowing that good times are ahead of us. I love you all dearly and truly. And if you can, please like and subscribe. If you cannot, I totally understand. I'm still grateful for this opportunity to share with you my thoughts. Have a great day, everyone. Be strong. Bye. Пока.
Y pa' empezar.